Hello guys, welcome back to Coding Rail. Now this video is going to be a little bit more exciting because today we are going to create one of the most popular game since our childhood, that is nothing but brick breaking game, or you can say ball brick game, whatever. We will code it and we will also play the game. So let's get started. So guys, here I have created one Java class named as break ball game, and here we will code for our game. So before going to start, I want to tell you something, that this game will run on GUI, graphical user interface, means that will be a desktop software. We will code it in Java Swing. There is one library called Javax.swing and java.awt. We will use that and we will create one frame, and inside that frame we will insert our ball and bricks, and we will use timer, listeners, and to move the component. So let's see how it will work. So before going to start anything, we have to create here one frame, that is j frame. If I'll pass it here as a string, that will be the title of that frame. So let's say brick ball game. Here it is showing error because we have to import the class, import jframe. So first we have to set the width, height and position. We will set bounds. The first two parameter will be the position for x, from x and y axis. So let's say 10 from the x and 80 from the y axis, and width let's say 800 and height let's say 600, and let's run it to see how it will look like. It's showing nothing because we have to say set visible true. Now run it. So this is our GUI. Inside this we will create our whole game. See, it's still running, so we have to say whenever I will click this cross button, so stop execution the program, or terminate the program, like this. So for that we have to say j dot set default close option, and there is jframe close exit on close. There is one constant called exit on close. This will terminate the program after clicking this cross button. See, it's still running. When I will click on this, it is terminated. We have to say set layout, let's say null. We don't want any layout here, and yeah, that's it. We will create the whole graphic in another class, so let's create one more class here in the same package. I will say it draw graphic. Here I will use one method called paint. That method will be called automatically whenever I will create object of this class. That method will be called automatically whenever I will start my timer. I told you I will use the timer whenever I will start, and then I will use one method called repaint. due to that, that method will be called by default. So public void paint, the parameter is to graphics g, we have to import it. Now here I wanted to create graphic. For that I will create object of that class, draw graphics or graphic, draw new, draw graphic, and I will add this draw inside my JFrame. It is showing error because whenever we are adding any class or any other section, so we have to make it as panel. Why it is showing error? Create oh sorry, it should be extends panel, import panel. Now you can see it's gone. So here inside paint method we will create our whole graphics like ball, bar and bricks. We will create everything here. So let's say first we will set background. There is one method inside panel called set background. Here we can pass the color. Let's say I wanted it as a black color. The background would be in black color. So let's run it once. Is it working or not? No. Here we are getting some error. 16th set layered pan. Oh, set layout. This should be set layout as null. And one more thing guys, I was telling here the background color was not showing. Why? Because it will show whenever we will add something inside that frame, but for by default let's add one background color. Get content pan, this is nothing but panel, and in panel we are adding color. This is black. And one more thing, we have to make it as non-resizable. For that set resizable and false. Let's run it again. Yes, as you can see now it is in black color and it is not showing that maximize and to resize this panel. So close this. Let's come to our main part. Here we have to create border also. Border, this video is going to be a little bit lengthier, sorry for that. So here we will create border g dot. For that we will take one color. Let's say border will be in red color, and we have to set here the position and width and height also for the border. So for that we will use one method called fill rect. This is fill rectangle. The first two parameter is now same as previous, like position, and other two are width and height. The position will be from 0 and 0 because it is in 0 means not from here, 0 means not from the panel. I will show you. Let's say width would be 5 and height would be 600. Now run it. So as you can see, this is the width. Here I have set 0, 0. That means 0 from where it is, man, 0 from this panel. If I'll add here 10, then it will take 10 from this panel, from this end. Close it for now. Let's check the height. Is this height is okay or not? 550 is coming here. Let's increase little bit only. 570. So this is our first border, second, third, fourth, 0 and 0. Now this is for the upper border. For that, width would be something around 780, let's see, and height would be 5. Increase the width. Let's make it 800, not 8000. So this is covering every section. So for left side, we will say width, it will start from 795 and height would be 0, width would be 5, height would be 570. Yes, that's it. Let's run it again. Yes, as you can see. And from the bottom section we will use height, width, position for this will be 0, height would be, we can say, 570, so we have to do minus 5, 565. Width would be 800 and here height would be 5. So as you can see, now we have the border. Now whenever ball will intercept or touch this border, we have to make it reverse. So this is our border. Now we will create here bar. For that, let's take one color. For bar, I wanted to take blue color. So let's fill the parameter, fill rect, position initially. So here the trick is, the main trick here is we will move our bar in x-axis. So we have to make our x-axis dynamic. For that I will take one parameter, bar x. Let's say position is 200 initially. So here I will say bar x, and this is position for bar. That would be, height is 570, so I will say 555. Width I want it as 150 and height I want 15. Let's run it. It should work. Yes, it is working, but reduce the position in y-axis, and also let's reduce the width also. Now this is pretty much good, I think. Let's make it 10. Yeah, perfect. Now I have to create ball graphic. For that, let's take one color, so set color. I want white color for the ball, and G. So here guys, here I will not use fill rect. This is because this is for rectangular rectangular shape. Here I wanted to use fill oval because for oval shape, or you can say round shape. And here also this both position, x-axis position and y-axis position, because ball will move in the panel, so we have to make it dynamic because we will change while calling timer, we will change it. So int ball x, let's say 200, or ball y, let's say 200. So here I will say ball x, ball y, and width let's say 20, height let's say 20. Run it. So as you can see, this is looking good. Now let's create bricks. Comment it. So for brick I want gray color, dark gray, gray or gray, just gray. And for the position and the shape I want fill rect. Position will be 10 and 85, sorry 10, 10, width would be 85, height would be 60. Let's run it, how it is looking. Yeah, this is good. This is good, I think. Let's say 55. So this is first brick, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh and eighth. Here, because this is 85, so here I will say 105. Run it. It is showing, yeah, it is showing in correct position. 105, so it would be, I'm increasing 95. Okay, the first is in 10 position and the second is plus 95 position, means 105th position. For 95 plus 95 again, so 5 5 10 1, sorry 0 and 2. So let's run it again. Yes, it is coming. Let's add 95 again, so this would be 295. Run it again. Yeah, it's working. 295 plus 95 would be 5, means 390, I think, plus 95, 5, 8, 4, 485, plus 95, 550, 8, 5. I think this is working. My calculation is correct, I think. Yes. And plus 95 would be 5, 7, 6. Run it. So this is looking good. This gap, we can ignore it. Okay, so here, run it again. So here we have everything: bar, ball and bricks. So we have to break this brick and we have to make it move while pressing right arrow key or left arrow key. This bar should move and this ball should start moving, and whenever this ball will hit this brick should remove from here. So let's make some changes here. First 5, 10, 205, 300, 305, 490, 485, 680. This would be in center, I think. Yeah, this is better. So let's create one variable for score. Private int score, initially it is 0. Private boolean play is equals to false, means whenever it will be true means game will start. And we have to take timer here. Timer. We have to import it, but we have to make sure we will import only swing class timer. So here let's create constructor, and in constructor we will initialize some parameter like timer. So this is the object of timer. So here, as you can see, this timer will take delay and action listener. So for delay, let's create one more variable, call it int delay. Initially it would be, let's say, 8. Don't make delay as 0 because maybe it will crash your software or your game. So delay, and for timer we will for listener we will implement action listener. As soon as you implement action listener, it will tell you to implement some method. Create action listener, create something, we can ignore it. And here we will say this. Okay, action listener, import action listener, and I think we have to add unimplemented method. So this is the method overridden method. This method will be called by timer whenever we will start the timer. This method will be called automatically according to this delay. If we will say the timer delay is 8, so this method will be called in each 8 millisecond. So, and one more thing, on clicking left and right arrow key we have to move our bar. So for that we will implement one more interface here, that is key listener. we have to import it, and unimplemented method. So these three methods are from key listener. From this classes I will use only this key pressed. We won't use these two classes, these two methods. We will use only this. Let's say timer dot start. So here we have to start the timer start, and once we start the timer it will call this method automatically. So here we will check the position parameter and everything we will do here, and here we will check the key, which key we are pressing. Let's make it E. Let's check here if E dot get key code, if this is equals to key event dot, there is one vk, there is one constant dot called vk left. Yes, means whenever we will press left arrow key it will detect from here. And here we have to say bar x should move bar x minus 20, you can say 20 pixel or whatever it is. So it will move 20 pixel left. And but hold on, and if e dot get key code is equals to key event vk slash right bar x should move in right direction 20 pixel. So let's run it. On press right it is not moving. Why? Because here we have to call one method says repaint. What this method will do, this method will call this paint method automatically whenever we are calling action performed method. Because on every 8 millisecond we have to check the new position of bar and ball. So once we have changed our bar and ball position, we have to initialize here, or we have to move it here. So let's press right arrow key. It is not working. Okay guys, here I forget to add one thing. Here in constructor means while creating the object of this class, we will initialize or we will add action listener here. I have forget to add this, that's why it was not working. Add action listener, why it is showing error? Change to this. Add key listener. Okay, this was key listener, sorry. Run it. Maybe now it will work. So as you can see, it is working, but there is one problem guys. See, it's going to the right side, and now it's hidden. So we have to make it like whenever it is touching this border, it should not cross this border, or it should not go this out. It should not go out of this panel. So for that we have to check condition here while clicking arrow key. If bar x position is less than 5, so bar x is 5, else move it left position. And for right side, if bar x position is greater than, or we can say here less than equal to, or greater than equal to, what is the position for right side? It's 800, and for border 805, 795, 795. So we will say bar x is equals to 795, else move it to the right position. Now let's run it again. Let's see it's working or not. I am pressing left arrow key, and as you can see guys, I am pressing continuously but it's not going to the left side. And for the right side, it's going, see, it is stopping here. So we have to do here minus 150, because the width of this bar is 150. So let's say right side. So as you can see guys, I'm pressing right key continuously but it's not going out of this panel. So this is working fine. For ball, let's here in action performed method we will move our ball. So for ball movement we have to initialize some variable ball x direction. So we are moving ball in x direction in -1 position, and for ball y direction we are moving ball in -1 y direction. So here we have to say ball x is equals to ball x plus ball x direction, and same as for ball y direction. Okay, and here we will check if ball x is less than or equals to 5, or ball x is greater than equals to that 795, I think. So -20, 775. So in this condition we will say ball x direction is equals to ball x direction but in minus, and if ball y is less than or equals to 5, or ball y is greater than or equals to 565, So we will say the same but in y direction. Let's run it again. So as you can see guys, this is working fine. I think you come here, it will break, go here, go back, go back, go back. So this is working fine. And one more thing we have to implement here: whenever this ball will touch this bar, it should go back to its it should reverse its position. So for that we'll use one concept called intersect. Whenever new rectangle, the bar, we have to take here bar parameter. Whenever this position element is intersects, we have to import rectangle class. So whenever this element, why it's not showing, intersects with another rectangle whose parameter are this wall parameter, whenever this thing happen, like the first rectangle will intersect with second element, that is ball, the same thing should happen. Where is y direction? This thing should happen whenever that ball intersect with that bar. And let's run it again. I hope it should work now. I'm moving my bar, so see, it's working fine guys. Yes, it's working fine. So till now we are going very good. And for the last thing, whenever our ball is intersecting with the lower panel border, it should say game over or game should stop. So for that, this is the condition we have written here, remove from here, and we will say here separately that if ball y direction exceeded this position, so we will simply say timer dot stop and play is equals to false. Okay, right now it is starting by default. See, whenever I am running the program, it's starting automatically. So it should start whenever I will click any arrow key. For that I will say here if play, means play is a boolean value, so when play is true, then only it will start executing these elements. Repaint. Initially it is false, and whenever I will click any key, so at that time I will make it true. Let's run it again. See, it's starting. After clicking, it should be out of the condition. Run it again. See, when I click the arrow key, then only it will start. Now we have to check the intersection with these bricks. So for that we will use the same concept like this. So let's copy it for width. For that, so this is the width of each rectangle. Okay, so whenever these bricks are intersecting with wall, we have to make width and height as 0. So for that we have to make it dynamic, and we will create variable here for that. And here we will initialize each element. So basically the height is 85 and the width is 85 and height is 55. So x1 is equals to x2 is equals to x2 85. Same we will do for y 55. And here I will say x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, x7, x8. Why I have created different variable for same value, you will come to know here when I will change the width and height for each rectangle. So this is looking good. So here I will change the parameter with this. If this rectangle is intersecting with wall, then just say x1 is equals to y1 is equals to 0. That's it, and we will do it 8 times. x2 y2 x3 y3. We will do same with this x2 y2 y8 and x8. So let's see it is working or not. If I will click right arrow key, what the hell? Oh, see, we have to change this thing also. 1110 for second, 205, 300, 395, 490. So run it again. Let's press right arrow key. So as you can see guys, this is working fine. Perfect. But see, after removing this brick, we have to say change the direction of ball. We have to change the direction of ball, and we will also print score here. Increment the score and print it. Score. For every intersection we will call score. We have not written this score plus plus. Before printing we have to increment the score. Let's run it again. And this also. Boom. Score is 1. Yeah, I'm playing the game. For second brick. Oh. Three. So it's working fine. Why sometimes 2 bricks are removing? 205, 300, 395, 585, 585, see. 490. Here the position is 490. It's looking good. So for every intersection we are displaying score here, and we have to check here because our if score is more than 8, because we have 8 number of bricks, so at that time we have to say timer dot stop play is equals to false, and display winner chicken dinner. This is not PUBG, but it's my program, my rule, my message, and I can print this message here also. Here means whenever ball is going down the bar, or if we miss the ball, we are stopping the timer and we are saying game over. Now let's run it again. See on the right side in the console, you will see the message. Score is 1. Now score is 2. What if on each intersection the speed should be fast? Okay, let's reduce the delay by delay -1. Delay -1, delay -1, Reducing the delay amount will make our ball movement faster. For each intersection, we will make our game more difficult. So let's start. Score is 1. Boom. So here we are setting the timer in constructor, means that will call only once. So let's see, is there any method to set the timer? Set timer. Let's search on Google. Let's see if there is any method present in this timer class or not. Actually, I don't know. I have to check. Set timer in Java swing. Timer delay. Set initial delay method. Let's see, is this method works or not. Timer dot set delay. Let's paste it everywhere. Let's run the program again. Now let's see, is it increasing the time? Oh, it's working. I think ball speed increases. See, if you have noticed, see, ball speed increases. This is cool. Oh shit, game over. So, oh, because score is 0, so it should be greater than or equals to. You have to watch my game again. I'm the winner. Speed increases. In my childhood, I used to play this game a lot. I loved this game. This game and that pinball we used to play in desktop. And this time winner chicken dinner. So that's it from this video, guys. And you can check the code for this game in the description. I have given the link in the description, so you can go to my GitHub and you can take this code from my GitHub account. Hope you loved this video. If you did, then please like this video, subscribe my channel and share with your friends so that they can also enjoy this video or they can also create this exciting game. So I'll see you on the next video, guys, with another exciting concept. Stay tuned till then. Bye bye and take care.